To have good relationships, I think you need to have good apologies. It's inevitable that we're going to make a mistake and hurt someone that we love. I definitely know about this, personally and in my work as a couples therapist. I'm going to use this old and obscure Robin Williams movie to show you some differences between an ineffective apology and an effective apology. Robin's character was married to this woman, and they suffered a tragedy with their children. Robin's character tries to give an apology to help her feel better and help her forgive herself. So here's my breakdown of what makes his first apology ineffective. Listen to this first statement. This sorry babe is a bit casual and impersonal.
I'm sorry, babe.
It has a sound as if it's like, sorry babe, don't blame me for not being able to help you more.
There's some things I have to say, and I've only got a few moments left.
This sounds like he's trying to get some things out there just for himself. He seems a bit anxious, and he seems more concerned about trying to get out of there instead. It's not so much about her and what she's feeling or what she may be struggling with. He expresses value for things that are really superficial.
Books, naps.
Then there's this bit of reminiscing that he does.
Together at the end, by that lake in your painting.
But listen to this, how his attempts to be cheeky end up coming across as misattuned.
I'll never buy you another meatball sub with extra sauce. There's two old farts laughing at each other as our bodies fell apart.
This is not the time to be cheeky. Then I think there are these moments when he's trying to get her to take a different perspective and get her to feel differently, like this.
That was our heaven, see? There's lots of things to miss.
Now listen to this part about what he's lost and how he's failed.
I'm sorry for all the things I'll never give you. I'll never make you smile. I just wanted us to be old together. I apologize for every time I failed you, especially this one.
His feeling is more about himself and how he pities himself for having failed and these losses he's experiencing. In couples therapy, I might think of this as a block that's keeping him from being more emotionally present and attuned to her. Here's this part that I find myself groaning the most about.
Fights. God, we had some great ones.
Like, really? You miss the fights? I don't think so. This is not something I imagine he really deeply feels grateful for. Let's recap what I think made this ineffective. He's more preoccupied with his own anxiety about not feeling so bad, and also his own self-pity about failures he's had and losses he's experienced. It doesn't feel like he's really talking to her and there with her. He cracks these jokes, he's misattuned to her, he's not in touch really with the seriousness of this. He expresses value for things that are really superficial. This apology seems more about himself and lacks in depth and sincerity. Now the second apology starts off much differently. There's this door slam as he goes in to meet with his wife again. It's conveying how he's less tentative, less afraid, and less hesitant. I don't think people need to get to this level of determination or resolution for their apologies or even for subscribing to this channel, but I think the spirit of this is in the right direction, saying, yeah, I am going to subscribe to your channel, or I'm here with you and I'm not going anywhere. Now I love how he starts this interaction with his wife.
Where are we headed, babe?
He gets right up close to her. He faces her, he reaches out his hand to her. And now listen to his voice here.
Where are we headed, babe?
His voice conveys way more intimacy and presence. And also listen to the message he's conveying here. Where are we going? So he's conveying, I'm here with you. This is about us together and us being together as we move forward. This whole package is so dramatically different than the first apology. He keeps sharing from this place that he values being with her and he wants to be with her regardless of what happens.
In 1 minute, I won't know you any better than you'll know me, but we'll be together where we belong.
Then he conveys a bit more understanding here.
Good people end up in hell because they can't forgive themselves. I know I can't.
He relates a bit with her without trying to make her feel differently and without trying to make her forgive herself. He's also affirming that he sees her as a good person. So he does bring in a little bit more of his cheekiness here.
Good people end up in hell because they can't forgive themselves. But I can forgive you.
This is the part of this that's less effective because it ends up just being confusing to her.
For killing my children and my sweet husband.
Instead, I wish he would have just skipped that and gone straight to the next part.
Being so wonderful, a guy would choose hell over heaven just to hang around you.
Here he's conveying, I love being with you, regardless of where we might be and regardless of what might happen. His whole expression is congruent with this. Everything he's doing so far sets up nicely for the real main part of his apology. They had this previous narrative and assumption that it was too hard for her to be with him because he reminded her of their kids.
Not because I remind you, because I couldn't join you.
But Robin is giving a new and probably more accurate reason about why it was hard.
Because I couldn't join you.
He couldn't actually be present with her to support her as she was feeling this pain, and he abandoned her.
So I left you alone.
In this, he's acknowledging the real way he failed her, and he's taking responsibility for it.
So I left you alone.
He's conveying that he understands this happened, that he regrets the impact on her. And here the movie portrays this embrace, that he's now with her and supporting her and present with her as she's in her pain. The only thing I think he could have done to make this better is if he would have said, I'm here with you and I'm committed to staying with you and never abandoning you again in this pain. Let's recap what made this second apology more effective. Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe and turn on notifications. This apology was much more personal and connected. It was delivered with presence and empathy. He conveyed his real value for her and for the relationship. He acknowledged his wife's emotional pain. He acknowledged and took ownership for his contribution to her pain. He expressed regret about contributing more to her pain and how he's now there with her.